So our journey in this game starts with these guys, who are really small. And there's also these people who can talk to me at some times, but I'm never gonna listen to them. And my colonists actually have a use, because they actually bring all the resources and build everything. So I need to make sure that they stay happy, so that they can build everything I need. And they can carry a lot of logs at the same time, so they're much stronger than me. But to start off, I'm gonna need some wood, because it takes wood to build almost everything. So, over here I can cut down a few trees. Cloud, get out of the way. Thank you. So I can just chop down a few trees and get the wood, and build even more stuff. And my favorite button, which is right here, actually speeds up the time. And I don't like waiting, so I'm gonna enjoy this button a lot. And I'm gonna expand over here to get some stone, because stone allows me to build better structures that I'll need. And one of those better structures is this forester right here, which instead of permanently destroying trees, they'll grow new trees back. So that's much better. And so far, I added a second quarry, and also a few foresters to give me even more resources. And also, believe it or not, colonists need to eat, so I gave them some farms. So I want to make money, and I want the colonists to have to do all the dirty work. So I'm going to put down this treasury room so that I get to tax the colonists to get a lot of gold. And this guy can carry 6 logs at the same time. He's really strong. But now that the tax room is finished, I can turn up the tax rate. But the tax rate, if it's higher, will actually make the colonists sad. So I'll have to distract them with other things to make them think that their lives aren't meaningless. And to make the colonists happy, there are buildings like these, which, this one right here, you have to pay 50 gold to make the colonists happier. But others have a permanent boost, so I can use a combination of all of these to make the colonists happy. One of those things being a tavern. And a tavern is just some people work there, and in the radius, the colonists will be slightly happier. And of course I need to connect it with a road, because colonists like to have roads because they think that they walk faster in them. But I honestly don't see a difference. And already, our colonists' happiness already went up a pretty good amount. So this is gonna work out great. And actually, I'm gonna place down some charcoal makers, which make charcoal, which I need for iron, and also colonists like charcoal, so that's a win-win. And the colonists are actually really picky about their charcoal, because they don't want it too close, and they don't want it too far, so I'm gonna have to work with them for it. And I don't know how, but one of my colonists somehow drowned, even though they had to walk a really far way to even get to the water. But that's their fault, and I'm not gonna complain. And another win-win are these cottages, because a normal house houses 5 colonists and takes up 1 tile, and this one houses 12 and houses 2. And it also makes colonists happy, so that's better. And I'm actually getting a pretty big stockpile of wood, so that's really good. Oh, and yeah, there are dragon and Viking attacks, which I'll have to build fortifications for, but right now I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay, so the dragon came much earlier than I expected, so hopefully it won't hurt the colonists. Currently it's just flying around my area, and hopefully the dragons only really set things on fire, so if they don't burn a lot of things, I should be fine. So the dragon turned out to just be a tourist, so he just came by, looked at my colony, and started going off again, so I did not get hurt. But not all dragons are tourists, and neither are the Vikings, so I'm gonna start placing down some defenses, which I can, for now, I'm gonna use these archer towers. Now, to place down an archer tower, you need to place it on a castle wall. So, if I place down a wall block, and then place down an archer tower, you can see the range in the middle circle. So, it does an okay amount of range right there. But also, I can stack up another piece of wall, and that'll actually increase the archer's range by just a little bit. But I can actually stack up even higher, until there, because it needs another building of similar height. So what I can do is I can actually just place a wall right beside it to the same exact height, and I can actually build up infinitely this way. And this still does actually increase the range of the archer, and I can actually build as high as I want. The only thing limiting me, though, is my amount of stone that I have. So I am going to expand over to this patch of stone to double my production. But now I have expanded to the stone, and if I ever need any more, I'm pretty sure I can find some in this gigantic island. And another thing that I had to deal with are when my colonists died because of a plague. And if I don't have a clinic to take care of them, I'll actually have to build a cemetery for them. And if I don't do that, then my colonists will get mad, and my colony will be corrupt. Which I really do not like having to bury colonists because they're just colonists. Yeah, I didn't get to bury them in time, and my colonists are really sad now. So I'll have to deal with the consequences and eventually make back my happiness. But already my stone production is going up, so it's time to build up my tower. Yeah, I think that's tall enough. But anyway, these towers can shoot basically all around the area. And I also made 2 more towers to go with it, so even more firepower. But yeah, it's at maximum range right now, and it can basically shoot around my whole entire colony. And it actually takes a really long time to build these, believe it or not, because they had to walk all the way up and down the tower. But right now, we have a few volunteer Vikings to test out our archer towers for us. How nice of them. But I don't think the second layer of tower will be built by then, so only 2 of the archer towers will be able to shoot at them at once. And after a long time of waiting, the Vikings are about to get in range of the towers. And when they do, the archer towers are just able to shoot at the Vikings, and the Vikings can't do anything about it. And look at that, they're already getting damaged by a pretty good amount. I think on this attack we'll be able to repel them. And if I do repel them, the colonists will be even more happier, which is always good. But so far, we already killed one of them, and the second one is almost dead. And there we go. We successfully defended off a Viking attack with our tall towers. So I've been doing some experimenting involving these basic Vikings, in which I think that I can make a maze where they have to go through. Because what the Vikings like to do is they like to go for the shortest path possible. And also for the basic Vikings, they don't like to destroy walls. Except for I think they might want to destroy wooden walls, but when I replace the walls with stone, they should go through the maze. But for the other group that isn't burning my walls on fire, I believe that this might actually work. And this is actually really promising, and I can make this game much more easier by doing this. But doing this will take a lot more stone, and it's definitely a project for next time.